Hey everybody, this is Ian here with my second episode about teaching new players how all about commerce in Archeage. Now, today's video we are going to be talking about gathering and auctioning in Archeage. Now, first thing we're going to talk about is gathering. Now, gathering is finding plants or animals in the wild in order to gain the mats that you need in order to do multiple things. But in this case, we're going to talk about using it to make trade packs. Now right here in front of me we have a mature turmeric, which you can find almost anywhere in the wild, same as thistles over here. And you can find plants almost just about anywhere in any area, even out in the sea or along coastlines, you'll even find stuff for that. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and harvest this, which if you go close, you just right click it or press the little button there, and you'll go ahead and collect it. So because of that, we now have turmeric. So what does this mean? We just gathered a mat. So when we're trying to make a trade pack, all we have to do is we go into the craft section here, which you open using the O button as the default. You go to commerce, and that will show you everything you can make in your area. Now in this case, we want to find what exactly we can use with this. So we're going to want to use this search bar. Now if we search it as it is right here, it would just show us the finished product. So we're going to want to search through materials to show what we can make with turmeric. So when we search, we find that the only item available is Arkham Iris Lava Spice. So in order to make this, we will need 60 turmeric and 50 dried flowers. So yes, this is a possibility. If you go around finding turmeric everywhere, get some dried flowers, sure. Now, dried flowers you can't find in the wild. Instead, what you need to do is you need to go find, for this example, azaleas and roses, and then use a blue salt knife in order to make them. In the case of turmeric, it makes ground spices. So since there's only one thing for turmeric, maybe there's something else for ground spices. And if we look that up, you will find that there are a lot more options. In our case, Arkham Iris roasted eggs, aged spices, candy, and olive oil. But what we're going to focus on today is not really so much just making the packs, but just how to make the mats for it. So, like I said, you can go out and you can find these just about anywhere. But let's say that you want something more stable. You're never going to get the same thing twice in a row, and your inventory is going to fill up really quick. So, in that case, what you will want to do is that you're going to want to make a farmstead. Now, you can make a farmstead in a couple of different ways, or just gather property. Property just in general will help you out just a bit. Like, for example, here we have a lot of corn bundles. So this person must do a lot of stuff with corn. Probably to make chopped produce or something. I don't know. I could probably ask him. But not today. That's not the point of this video. So this has a couple of positives and negatives. If you use your farmstead a lot to make mats, it becomes easier and you can make even smaller bundles of the same item, which will get you more. However, as a result, well, you're just going to make more money because of that. However, let's say that you need to make a building about this size. When you start out, you're not going to have a building of this size. You're going to have something about this big total. It's kind of small, but you can still fit about 30, 40 chickens on here if you try hard enough. So, so in order to make one, you just have to get the farmstead, plop it down, and then you're good to go, right? Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. When you have a building that you place down, you will have to pay taxes on it. And that's one of the downsides in order to owning your own farmstead and making your own mats from there, is that you have to use your labor, which if you don't have Patreon, it becomes pretty hard to be able to keep it up. But you have to use your own labor in order to keep up your farm and make sure that you keep it over time. Before I forget, you don't just have to make corn or other plants available on your property. You can also put down cows, which if you put down, they can give you milk, or if you slaughter them, they can give you some nice meat, or ducks, which can give you feathers, or, yet again, meat, chickens, you name it, you have it. So let's say that you don't have any money. You're starting from absolute scratch. You have no idea what to do as far as getting mats. Well, owning a house or a property isn't the only option. Instead, what you have is that you can have right here is a public farm. Just for an example. Now, public farms are available for anyone to use. You can put as many vegetables or fruits or whatever as you want. However, there is a restriction. Each one, you can only fit a certain type of crop. For example, this one here in Tiger Spine, you can fit potatoes, cucumbers, carrots, onions, barley, rice plants, and chickens, which don't really count as vegetables, but let's not argue that fact that they're living creatures. So you can put them down for any amount of time. You can put down anything on that board there, which you can check by just using F, and it will tell you what you can plant. And once it grows, you can pick it up. Now, as a result, if you have something that's been on down for a while, say a day or two, and you don't pick it up, someone else can come in and pick up your produce, your potatoes, your rice, your chickens, anything that they want, as long as it's after a certain time. So this is also a possibility, but it doesn't give you that much in order to get the mats that you need for making everything that you want to do trade packs for your commerce. So what do you do then? Do you just have to get a property? Well, the answer is no. Archeage also has a auction house, which there's also one right over here, which is why it shows this, because everything's so close together as far as what you can do. Now, this is a standard auctioneer. You can find these anywhere around the world, and and when you go up to it, you'll get the option to talk to them. They can give you something that's going on in the Mirage Isle, but we're not going to talk about Mirage Isle in this playthrough. Instead, what you want to do is you want to use the auction house, and you can find almost anything in here. So let's say that you have a patron account. You can tell by the Archeage symbol right up in here, but if you have an Archeage account, all you need to do to open the auction house is to press the P button on your keyboard, and that will bring up the auction house. So let's look at, for example, Hasla packs. Now, Hasla packs, specifically Hasla softened fabric, require medicinal powder. Not a medicinal poser. I don't even know how that looks. Powder. Powder. I am horrible at spelling and everything. I can't even spell medicinal right, so let's just do powder. Now, when you're looking at medicinal powder, the first thing you have to realize is that the price that you have up here is the total price for everything that's included on the left. For example, let's just look at medicinal powder, 18 gold. That's a lot if you're starting out. However, if you look at it per item, it's a little under 2 silver a piece. Has a softened fabric, requires about 50 medicinal powders, which will be in total 1 gold spent on 1 pack, which means you can make about 18 packs with this. Now, let's say we're going to do the same with Duck Down, which requires 30, and it costs the same amount, and that would be about 60 silver a pack. So if you add it all together, for each pack you're spending about 1 gold, 60 silver. That's not too bad, just buying from the auction house. Now, I don't remember if I said that there were positives and negatives to everything before I started the video, but there are some positives and negatives. Like I mentioned about the houses, you do have to pay taxes on them, which you spend labor on every so often. For gardening, you have to put them down. It'll take some time, and you'll get and most people find it really boring in order to just sit there and wait and play Farmville 2.0. Auctioning, sure, you can buy your mats almost instantly, but at the same time, you have to buy them, and then first off, it takes a little bit more profit out of what you're making, but at the same time, you also have to go up to a mailbox to find it, which doesn't really help if you have a patron account and you still have to go to a mailbox. So each of these has its own positives and negatives, but by the end of everything, really it's just how you want to play. If you want to be that player that takes their time in order to make more money, sure, go for it. You're going to love this game, but it's going to take you a little bit of a startup cost. Even me, who I have my own property, I still use the auction house to get medicinal powder because I can afford it and I can get a lot of profit off of it. But really, it's all up to you and how you decide you want to play. Anyway, was my second video in my series of using commerce in order to do trade runs, and today was about gathering versus auctioning. Please leave a like and subscribe if you liked the video, or leave a comment if you think that I've missed anything, or if you have anything else that you would like me to talk about as far as commerce is concerned. Thank you very much for watching my video, and have a good one.